All right. What's happening, peeps? Here we go with Forward. I'm here with a few guests. It's my man right here, Anthony K. from another podcast that we do together called Step Up. And I have Angie, my god sister. Man, this is gonna probably get deep, man. But here with Forward with Jackson, man, we just interview ordinary people. We talk about ordinary stuff that goes on. We kind of throw stuff around. We kind of debate about a little stuff like that. And today we're gonna look at some issues about women. You know what I'm saying? We're not just women, but that's why we got a lot of women on the panel.
We do have a woman on the panel.
It is one. So we'll see where this goes. Where this goes.
Yeah.
But I'll let her each person give their intellectual property. Once we get started. With that said, I'm gonna turn this mic to the side, and I'm gonna say, let's get inside. All right, so now that we're inside,
let's do this.
Let Kunt give you a little bit about him, just your intellectual property. Like I'm Jackson. I'm a podcaster. I'm an ink guy. I'm an ink master, man. Ink guy, cable guy.
Master,
just an ordinary guy, man.
Yeah.
And I do this show so you can look into the lives of ordinary people, just to let you know how ordinary I am. I'm 58 years old, soon to be 59. Looks pretty good on me, I say so myself, man. But don't hold. Oh, okay. Thank you then. Even from the young lady.
Yeah.
All right, and go ahead, Kunt. Angie, you want to say a little bit about you?
I mean, y'all know about me because I'm always here.
You on that other show.
Oh, that's the other show.
They don't know about you on this show.
They don't know about me on this one?
Nah, man.
Well, y'all keep coming back to
Yeah, I
it.
guess he said
You done an interview or two.
Yeah, just keep coming back. It ain't really much to know. I'm always up here and stuff. I'm always continue to learn.
All right.
That's what I do. I'm just trying to continue to grow because if I stop growing, then I'm in trouble.
Yes, that is true. That is very true.
Then I'm in trouble. So that's all you need to know about me.
For now,
right.
You'll get more as we
move
roll
along.
inside this joint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say that I'm Angela. I'm not gonna give my age like Greg.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're wrong when you do that.
Talk about that.
Why do women not do? I guess we're out asking.
We feel like that's not relevant.
It's not relevant. Leave her alone, Greg. Don't make her say she's 25
I'm like
years
him.
old.
I like the intellect, and I also feel like we always need to address things that are important because sometimes we don't talk about stuff,
right.
But it's still there. It's like that elephant in the room. We see it, but we pretend like it's not there.
Yeah.
So I think it's always important to talk about the things, even if it's tough, even if we don't agree, because we're not going to always agree.
Right.
But we can always bring a new perspective to things that we didn't have by listening to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be good.
We could disagree without being disagreeable.
Right.
So
all right. Well,
let's do that.
Let's be agreeable, disagreeable, and listen and agree to what we're gonna disagree about. So what?
I'm gonna try not to disagree too much.
That was a little bit there.
So what was you laying on the floor, Angie?
Well, I figured, one of the things that I had thought about was the fact that we have, it used to be a time, that people got married really young, maybe straight out of high school, maybe some before high school if your parents signed for it. But now people are taking longer and longer to get married. And a lot of people feel like marriage is unnecessary now. Mm-hmm. And then those that might do want to get married, I have found for women, definitely once you get over 40 and if you make more money and you have obtained a lot of these different things, it's harder to find somebody to marry. And I was thinking, well, what is the issues that are playing a role and why so many women that are older are not even able to find a husband? Now, because sometimes men that are over 40, they still find a wife, even if she's 25 years old, they still find a wife. But
that's a key point. Now, something you just said.
What?
You said men, even if the lady is 25. I'm gonna get to that.
Because that's where he's looking for the woman. Now, he ain't looking for the woman that's 50 anymore. He's looking for the 25-year-old because she's easier to mold.
Do you think that's so?
Yeah.
Or do you think men are, even when they get older, they still physical? Because them old dudes sit on the bench. and be like, ooh, look at that one over there,
Well,
Charlie.
we know that
You know?
leads into a different type of issue with the old man looking at the young girl.
Well, I'm saying that women, now listen to me, women, as they change physically, men's perspectives doesn't change.
He's still visual, yes.
Right, he's still visual. So that's what, it depends on how a woman carries herself when you ask those questions. That's not major. Because was me and you just talking about that when you get older, your list, like you got a long list. This is what I like about women.
Right.
As you get older, that list get much shorter.
Yeah, it's short.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't so much, oh, she ain't got a Pepsi figure. That don't matter so much when you older. You know, oh, she ain't got, she wear a bag over her head when she go out. A lot of things don't matter as you get older. Because I know even me, as getting older, my insight of what I look for has changed tremendously.
So why is it that you think there are a few men, maybe they're professional, they're making maybe a pretty good bit of money, 55 years old, never been married, no children. Why is that?
Why have they not gotten married? They just decided not to get married.
Why would a man want to be alone?
They're not alone. I'm sure they're dating up a storm. I'm sure they're seeing people, dating
why
people.
aren't they marrying?
They just don't want no attachments like that because they enjoy their life with their money, just the way it is.
But that 30-year-old man wouldn't want to marry.
The
No money, no job, no nothing.
He wanted to marry because he's never experienced it. And you grow up like, well, you should marry somebody. You should. It's certain things a perspective that we grew up with, and some of them just do it out of the perspective. Because I never thought I would get married, ever. Come on, you never thought I'd get married. You know me. You know me. But look, I'm saying, but look at my past. But look at my past. It's like Greg got married. You know, that's could be kind of funny to some people. But because of the concept of marriage, I think I got married more on the concept that I think I should have a wife.
That's so interesting then that a young guy who has less resources is quicker to marry than an older guy with more resources to marry.
Well, the young
because
guy...
his options is more. Because he have more options.
Who, the young guy?
No, the older guy with the money and stuff. He got more options than the young guy
and now,
who don't have
but watch
money.
Watch this. The young guy, he got married, right? He got nagged, he got pushed, he got all this stuff that sometimes women would bring. Not just women, men bring it too. But all this stuff that women, oh, where you going? Why you ain't this? What time is it? Why you ain't there? All that stuff. Yeah. Now that he's older and he's out of the marriage, he don't want to dive back into that. You know, where I am, I'm where I am. You know, I'll holler at you a little later. You know, it brings more of that than the demand on being married with where you at. Because you got a responsibility to somebody. You can't just say, I'm where I am. Nah, you got to tell your wife where you are. You know what I'm saying? It's the right thing to do.
She was saying about older women and stuff who's financially secure. Yeah, why they cannot find...
Right.
Well, I was answering the questions that she asked.
Yeah,
she made that statement, then she asked some questions.
Yeah.
I answered those questions. Yeah. But that's something that you should be able to answer.
I don't know why women over 40 can't. I mean, we did.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you still under? You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't telling your age, but.
Well, I
don't think you 27 or 28.
We'll just say you over 40. Right, and then you at a higher income level. Now you did say that some of it could be that men are intimidated by women who make more money. I do think that's some of it.
Those who is making less money. Right. We call them blue collar guys, right?
Or no collar guys.
But no woman, I don't think no one want a no collar guy. Period.
But, yeah, well.
You know what I'm
saying? No.
That's not true. There's some who think that no collar
guy. They want him to be home and they go to work.
Yeah. But most guys, blue collar guys, who making $20,000, $30,000 a year, which is the average for like 75% or 80%.
Really? You think it's $20,000 or $30,000?
A black man, yes.
Wow. I thought it was at least $40,000.
No. Because the average black man is making between $20,000 to $35,000 a year and stuff. You know. But when you run into a woman who making $70,000, $80,000, $100,000, six figures, and stuff, some guys is intimidated by
See,
that.
I need me a computer guy.
You know.
I need these statistics brought to me. Like what? Because
You got
I
a
just
phone.
think it's a greater number.
You got
What,
a phone. You can
men
look all this
men
stuff
making
up.
more money. But those are the men who not married either.
Right.
Black guys, black men, let's just do this. Statistics says that, let's just say all men in general, right?
Listen, I'm
only-
sitting there getting ready to bust.
It's
because
only-
because I'm blue collar, what they would call.
It's
But
only
I make well over
five,
the 30 and 40,000. You
Black-
know what I'm saying?
only,
Well, he's not talking about you. He's talking about a different.
He's
it's only 5% of high dollar guys.
Period,
Only,
right, in
Period.
general, yeah,
Period.
right.
So when you look, when you take that and look at black people, black guys,
Even
how many
less.
black guys do you think making 6 digits? How many? How many?
Not a lot, and
This-
and the ones
this
that
is a
are
very
making a
small
lot of that kind
percentage.
of money, they're not single. Some of them are not single. When you talk to the men who are making like the Jay-Z's of the world, who are making these millions of dollars, they are not. Most of them are not single men.
They got wives, right?
Because
right,
ain't no woman gonna let him stay single long.
right, because he got options.
ain't no woman gonna let him stay
Because he
single
got
now.
options.
I'm getting
Yeah, you
I'm
know
getting
that too.
sidetracked with these
yeah,
words.
but I mean,
He got
in
options.
the sense that
He got more
yes,
options.
he got more options, and there's
Right.
gonna be more women trying to
Right.
talk to him versus the man who's still standing on the corner looking for the job.
Or the ones who making $20,000, $30,000
Yeah,
a year.
he doesn't have the
You know
same
what I'm
level of
saying?
options.
He don't, right, exactly right.
But
and
in
that's all we're
general,
talking
people
about.
are
but
still
this
not
this
marrying.
is the statement I'm making.
Okay.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. They break up.
He cheated on her.
No.
They still together.
They are still together,
I'm
but he
saying,
cheated
I'm
on
saying
her.
that ain't what I'm
He's not
talking
putting it
about.
out
You
there
went
that
somewhere
they
else.
are not
You went somewhere
together.
else with that.
That's
All
what
I'm
I'm
saying-
saying.
I'm making a statement
All
here.
I'm saying,
Listen
he
to
had
the
options.
statement.
That's
Listen
all.
to the
That's
statement
all.
first, man. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they break up. Let's just say that happens.
Okay.
Right? The chances of him getting married in the next year or 2 or 3 or 4 would be slim. Because he's been married to her
That's
for
true.
so long. You know, now the freedom of dating or doing this or doing, this is what I'm saying. The freedom of that is more open to him, more of an option to him. It's just like a guy, it's just like you getting out of a relationship.
Well, I think it would be
jumping-
more so him not trusting that the person actually wants him for himself and not his financial resources.
Well, I don't know. They usually marry people on their same level.
No.
They
A,
try
lo-
to.
a lot of them guys.
But not all the time.
Not all the time, but most of them marry people. Like I rarely see a star. Like I rarely see name one.
Jeff Bezos.
Whoever that is.
You don't know who Jeff Bezos is?
The guy with Amazon, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's a different guy.
Yeah, that's a different
You
type
talking
of
one out of? I'm saying when I name them, all the ones that's up there at the Academy Awards. Now that's hundreds of them there, right?
Yeah.
You rarely see them with the girl that work at the bakery.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They married people on their level because of, like you said, the more security that they got money, I got money. They ain't really for the money, even though when they divorce, like Tiger Woods and people like that, they divorce. It'd be a lot of money
Right.
in between that.
Tiger Woods
You know?
was not, his wife was not on the level where he was at.
No.
Tiger
But
Woods'
she
wife.
was
No.
still.
But I'm
in a
saying that's
different-
one-
she
that's
wasn't
one out the
cashier at
basket.
The Kmart either, though.
Yeah, that's
right?
No, she wasn't the cashier, but Tiger Woods still had a lot of options. He could have choose whoever he wanted to choose. All I'm saying.
Is he married now?
No. But he messed with a lot of. He
messed with a lot of right. That's
a
the
lot of
point I was
women.
They had
making.
more options. Right?
That's the point I was making.
A lot of women that had a little money, they was in the public limelight, right, and stuff. Like the little skill girl. She for the Olympics. He had her for a little while. She not the kind of money Tiger Woods got.
Right, but my whole point
And stuff.
is that she got money though.
She got
You see what I'm
little
saying?
money, but she didn't have that kind of money.
But what I'm saying, she don't work at Walmart.
Of course not. Of course, but
You're not going to come into contact with that person anyway.
There's nothing wrong with the women that work at Walmart.
No.
No,
but
I didn't say that. I'm saying for
Right.
what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about why do those guys not just like the women, or you asked the question like the women are on that level or not on
Well,
that
yeah.
level.
Well, I guess that does speak to a little bit when you like now you said that why doesn't the woman want that guy who makes $20,000 or $30,000
Right.
a
And she
year,
making $100,000,
and she make $100,000?
Right.
But you kind of said it too. They ain't on the same level, kind of.
Right.
So if you making $100,000 a year and that guy making $30,000 a year, number one, you probably not even gonna run into him.
You might not be running in the same circle, but if a woman's making $100,000 a year, do she want to die alone?
Well, so you saying her only option is the $30,000
No,
a year?
that's not
guy?
what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes we have to downgrade. And when I mean by downgrade, that because he's making $30,000 and she's making $100,000, do that make her better than him?
No, but you wouldn't tell Jay-Z he need to go marry the girl that work at Kmart.
If Jay-Z liked that girl at Kmart and she got all the qualifications that a wife has,
Oh, okay, but what would those qualifications be?
you had to ask
I'm letting him
Jay-Z
finish
that.
because me, more than likely, Jay-Z gonna knock her off. He gonna knock her off a few times. It's gonna be what it is because he know he ain't gonna let her crawl into his money stack.
But not
He
even
just
just,
ain't gonna-
not even
he-
just
he
that.
just
But
ain't
think about when he goes out and he entertain. The girl, I mean, she might be smart and everything, but she's not gonna have that same ability to be able to fit into that world that he would need to be able to fit into. So if he's going to glamorous places and you live in a certain type
A life, right.
that person wouldn't have been exposed to it to know how to incorporate themselves.
Right, but they'll learn. They'll learn. You know, Ice-T, his wife
okay,
was
but
nobody.
his
Wife lived in the trailer park somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And look at her now. What's her name? Whatever, you know.
You said who, right?
Ice-T, light-skinned dude.
Okay.
Now she was nothing.
But she's not out in the public either.
Right, but she got her own diamond type of business and all of this stuff. She's big now. You know, within her set. If he left today, she'd be straight. You know, now she up there in the 6 figure. You know what I'm saying? She doing her own thing.
What's keeping
even
the
though
regular
now,
women?
even though now they're doing it together. She's adjusted to his lifestyle. And what I'm saying, if I was Tupac or one of these big people like that, but I'm saying these are the people who have money. If you're with me long enough, you'll adjust. We adjust well. You see what I'm saying? Even when I go out, you know what I'm saying? You may sit back and see how we do. And then when I go out again, you may sit back. After going out 19, 20 times, now when we go out, you just, hey girl, and you just conversating because you've been in the life. It's any life you have to learn, any life. Any perspective of life, you know, you have to learn it.
I do think there's still a level of intimidation that
for a period of time.
For men and women, if you got with a woman that she's out there in the public, let's say she's just a politician. She makes $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, whatever. And she out there speaking in the public, to the public, and she's out there, it would be a little intimidating for you because they might try to strike up a conversation with you. You have no idea what they're talking about. You can kind of pretend a little bit and ring it a little bit, but that might still be a little, maybe not you, Greg. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at you like,
what are you talking about? Like, no,
because if my wife was a politician, I'm going to know a whole bunch about politicians, who she's around, why she's running, what goes on with how she's running, the
wife.
people she's running against.
I'm
gonna have her school me.
But before she gets to the wife stage,
before she gets to my wife, I may not
date. Remember that if it was that easy, why is there so many single women over 40?
You keep going back to that.
Because it's
Because
an
that's the
interesting
question,
thing.
though.
Yeah, that was one of the questions.
That's
There's a lot of single women over 40. I mean, we can look at, even if you want to look at the stars, you got Nia Long. You got
You got a whole bunch of them.
a whole bunch of these.
You got a whole bunch of them.
And they got money. They should have plenty of options. They're still single. Can't get a husband. Well, I'm not going to say you can't get a husband, Nia Long, but I'm just saying they're still single women. So when you look at them and they got money, and you just got a regular woman who's working on the job, maybe, you know, she's just making good money, it's hard to find a husband. Now,
I don't believe that's true.
That's okay.
I don't believe that's true.
Why?
You take one or two, I ain't gonna answer it all. Just target what you're saying, and I'll answer
Why
that.
do you think it's not true?
Okay, that Nina Long, why she's
Because
you said.
No, we're
women
just
over
talking
40,
about
she said. That's what
women
she
over
trying to
40.
talk about.
That you see more and more women over 40, and you
single.
can't just say
And why they're
want to
alone?
be single, and you can't just say because we too bougie and we don't want what's available to us.
Why are they alone?
Yeah.
more than likely because of their mouth or their attitude. Let me just
You
straighten
did
this out
say
for
that,
you.
though, but
Let
I
me
don't
just
think
straighten
it's
this
that
out
either.
for you. Because if somebody talks a certain way to me all the time or talks at me a certain way all the time, I'm not going to enjoy being around that. I'm not going to look forward to marrying the person at all. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be out the door. And if they got that type of reputation that they all, well, you know, then that's a person who a lot of people may date, but they pat like me and you. I say, bruh, I'm going to tell you, man, she's so and so and so and so. Just like you would do as a woman. You know, let's go to my reputation on Forest Avenue. Would you, like when a girl came in there, would you be like, child, you don't even know what you're getting ready to get into? You understand what I'm saying? It's because of how you knew me or how a person is. And people pass on information based on what they see about a person. So they're probably alone because of their disposition.
That's oversimplifying a much deeper issue. You know, I like
You
saying
always say that, though.
because I mean, I understand even with the concept. I know when you said that women are not submissive and that we are. You said some women are the female animals and how we deal with men. And I don't think that we're trying to be men. I don't think we're trying to be in charge. Now, some women might do have a little bit more aggressive tendencies.
And none of y'all have control issues, right? None of y'all have control issues.
What do you define what you mean by control issues?
That you want to be in control.
I don't want to be in control.
Okay, so.
But I want it to be that if you are in control, you know what you're doing while you're in control.
So do you believe that a woman making $100,000
What's wrong
a
with a
year?
woman being in control?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with a woman being in control.
Okay, I thought I missed something.
But she don't have control over.
I mean, yeah, the man is still the head.
You know,
kind of thing.
over. Because here's the thing.
Just say what you're saying. Don't go down that. Hey, that rabbit hole deep, brother. I'm telling you, that rabbit hole deep.
Yeah,
Don't
The
jump
only
down.
reason
Don't
that
jump
rabbit
down
hole
in
is
there.
deep is because people want to make it deep.
Don't
It's not
jump down
deep.
in there, bro.
It's not deep.
You know.
Women really want to be here where the man is at.
No. Now remember, I said it's not that. I think some of it is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes men like for women to be seen and not heard. It's like if we have a thought or an opinion that is different from theirs, then we're trying to assert their authority and be in control.
Yeah.
Well, now I do agree with this. If I'm in public with if I'm out in public with my husband and he says something totally out the way that's not even true, I shouldn't I shouldn't embarrass him and confront him in front of others. I think that might be a little bit disrespectful. But when we get in that car, I say, now you know what you just said.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Okay,
Right.
back that up now. Back that up. Now swap it around.
What?
You know, if I'm in public, you know, should I say, or do I have the right? Because I'm the head.
Do you have the right to say something?
Now I can say something to her.
No.
You should have the same respect and wait till she
you
get in the
should wait
car.
till you're in
Okay,
private.
okay.
You should never, that's a part of protecting the
Okay,
woman.
I was just wondering.
No,
I'm
that's a
trying
part
to
of the
see
protection.
trying to see where this is going. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I do think, because I've had different men say a whole lot of different things. Now, I noticed that men are in authority. If you question them, like say a guy said, well, I need you to do this like this. And a woman says, well, why do you want me to do it that way? Don't ask me no questions. Just do what I say. It's like, it's this thought that you are diminishing them or questioning their authority. No, I just want to make sure I understand what it is you told me to do.
Yeah.
Well, how do you say that? Do you just say, baby, I'm just trying to understand what you want me to do? Or is it, I just want to, you know how y'all do with the hands, and I just want to know what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? Is it, because most women do the thing that I'm just saying. Instead of just,
Number
you know,
one, you're
baby,
not going to do that at work.
You're like, well, baby,
now
what?
You might,
I'm saying work, home, wherever. All you have to do is say, I just want a little clarity.
We got to say
it's just, it ain't got to, however you want to say it. But do it in a passive way that you just trying to, because any aggressiveness to anybody, it's aggressiveness.
Okay.
It doesn't matter man or woman.
You riding down the road, you headed somewhere, you riding down the road, you say, baby, are you sure are we going the right direction? Yeah, we're going the right direction. Are you sure we go? Is this the way that we? But I thought we could go this way and we could get there. Don't tell me what to do. I know how to get there. I don't need you to tell me how to get there.
See, that depends. See, that depends. Like my wife, if she say turn right, it's always left. You know, all the time.
Why?
So when we drive, we joke around about that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because she'd be like, baby, I think it's, because she'll say, I think we got to go down here 2 blocks and turn left. I'd be like, all right, I drive right down to make a right turn. You know what I'm saying? And we end up there. See, the funny part is we end up there and we laugh about it. Mm-hmm. So it depends on if they're always wrong and they're just saying it just to say
nobody's always wrong.
Well, there's no always. I understand that anything. But what I'm saying, if the majority of the time, the person is always trying to give directions, and most of the time they wrong with their directions, I don't really want to hear from you. Especially when I got a GPS right here. If I got a GPS right here, you know, who am I going to believe? You or this GPS that's saying turn left?
Okay, but the whole concept when you're saying that you think it's the woman's mouth, because I hear a lot of men say that it's y'all mouth, y'all be killing us.
Well, I don't mean it in a bad way.
What's a good way of saying it's her mouth?
Well, the good way of saying it is like this: a man or a woman can say the thing in the wrong manner, and it'll be perceived wrong. So I want to think of how this is going to be perceived. The thing that I'm going to say, I might want to think about how it's going to be perceived.
But you don't really know how a person is going to perceive.
You don't. You don't. But you don't. But you do. Because watch this. If I say, you know, if I say, Angie, let's go on over here and take care of this, whatever. You know, I know you're going to take that pretty good. Angie, come on, man. We going over. You know, I know that's going to be taken the wrong way.
Okay, you're talking about tone. Yeah, that's tone. And
I ain't using all little words. Perceiving. Tone, perceiving. The tone is in the perceiving. So it doesn't matter which way you put it.
I guess I'm like, you know, because I think that women, we're getting this bad rap that that our mouths and our attitudes and that we are, you know, we're difficult, we're all of these different
Men
things.
are too.
And that's why that we're single. Why can't it be that, I do think that women, once you get to a certain level, your thinking is different. Like I told you that younger women sometimes will put up with more or compromise with more because she feel like she has less options, you know, like with the man who might make more money. But as a woman gets older and you got your own house, you're making your own money, you can pay your own bills, you're not going to just marry somebody because he's a man. He has to meet certain type qualifications. It's not just his money. Money is important, but it's not the defining thing. It's the character. Like if you tell me, you know,
so why
you ain't paying your bills. You ain't paying your bills, and I'm paying my bills. You can be the nicest, sweetest man in the world, but why would a woman who's paying her bills want to be with a man who ain't paying his?
No, that's true. That's true. But why is the woman still single? If she's 40-something, 50-something years old.
Because the man wants you to put up with his stuff.
Now, I can say this.
Y'all are jumping like jacks, man. I'm like, she was just making a statement, and you took it and went somewhere else with it.
I was asking her a question.
I'm saying this stuff is popping around like popcorn in the microwave.
Because she was saying that older women, 40 and stuff, who got their own, they already established, right? But they are by themselves.
Right.
Right? Okay, so the question is why they are alone, right? Okay, now we said that maybe because of their attitude.
Right.
Maybe because they cannot deal with a guy who's making $20,000, $30,000 a year. Maybe because she's paying her bills, but he's not paying his bills. Or just maybe because her value, sexual-wise, have went down.
What?
We don't want to talk about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute.
Here come another hill to climb.
I,
did I tell y'all? Make sure y'all subscribe. And
ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell, man.
And hit the like button.
Yeah,
yes, hit the like button.
Yeah. Because we finna get deep now.
We forgot to say that. Because this thing is getting ready to go somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know where, but
her sexual value. Well, you do know that men reach their peak way before 40. So it's all downhill for them, and women just reaching their plateau.
I don't know nothing about that right there, but
How is it that
her sexual value have declined?
Why?
Because
She's no longer childbearing?
No, because there's women coming after her, 20, 25, 30 years old, who have more sexual value. That's all I'm saying.
So you're saying men are just, that's all men want.
No,
that's what they value.
no.
You're saying that's
wait a
what
minute.
they
He
value.
said three. He said 3 or 4 things. Now you took out sex to be. That's all you said. You
Well,
know.
because now I do realize that I will concede that sometimes women, we can be vocally difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That we can drive a man to want to kill us and himself. I do believe that is true. But I don't think it's just, I don't think you really find that, I don't think you
I
really
just think
find
that's
that,
true on both sides.
But
It's just hard when
I don't
people
think
say
you really
that.
find that as
you
much
know.
as in older women who are educated. You find that maybe in younger women who are all out there. But usually when you're older, you're more educated, you're not really giving as much as the vocal. Now you might have some of this, if a person say, well, okay, they want to take you to, let's just say they want to take you to Olive Garden or whatever. And you say, well, I want to go to Chateau, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's $60 a plate.
Right.
And you say, well, I ain't taking you there. I can take myself there. I don't need you to take me there.
He can't afford it because he only making $20,000, $30,000
Then he
a
shouldn't
year.
even talk to you.
You know, shouldn't talk to you.
No. If you can't afford her, you shouldn't talk to her.
Oh God! Oh God! That's why they're alone. That's why they're alone, though.
Okay.
That is why they're alone.
Okay, let me
That's
qualify
why.
that.
That's why they're alone.
She's
Okay,
peeling back layers.
let me qualify that, okay?
She's peeling back layers. So I'll peel
when I
this.
say that, I
Yeah.
mean, think of it from this perspective,
He can't
right?
afford her.
When you go into a relationship with
afford her.
somebody, let
Let
me
it go,
qualify
Chris.
that.
Let it go.
But when she was talking about Beyonce and all of these people, it wasn't about money. Now
It ain't
they
about
got
the
that.
money.
They got-
Okay, look at it from this perspective, right?
I'm trying.
If you
And these big puppies right here.
think about it like this, right? When you come together with somebody, one of the things is what I can give to you and what you can bring to me, right? If I can afford to take myself
To
somewhere,
the blah 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 blah.
Right.
Right.
why would you diminish me by not being able to give me what I could give myself? You should be able to bring something more than what I have, which means you should be able to take me someplace I can't take myself.
Whoa.
So that's why they're alone, then, right?
Right, that's why they're alone.
We shouldn't
There you
feel
go.
that way.
No, you should feel that way, and you can feel any kind of way they want to feel.
But that's
the
why
truth-
you're alone. Because there's somebody who don't feel that way,
but
who's
the
not
truth-
alone.
But
Right,
is there
but the
anything
truth-
wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that.
So
Nothing.
she got to be alone because she want a man who can. Okay, now if you can be with, the
She
guy
don't want
who
to compromise. She don't
She
want
can
to compromise.
She
No,
can
no,
go
no,
to
no, no.
Olive Garden too.
Hold it. She ain't got to be alone because the man don't
Buy
want
a
to take her
dog.
to shopper, whatever that is, right?
Yeah, buy a
Yeah.
dog.
Right? She just got to meet the guy who has the money, who goes to Shata, and he could take her. She need to be over there trying to meet a man at Shopper. Where's that at?
Where was that?
Wherever it's at, you
Yeah.
need to go there often so you can meet a man that's already there because you know he could take you.
Okay, now you can't tell me that there aren't men. You got your own job, you got your own house, you got all that. You don't want to be with that woman with those 5 children by 5 different men.
Of course not.
Well, what's the
Of
difference?
course not.
Why can't he be with her then?
Of
It's a
course
matter of
not.
choice.
Huh? It's
it's a matter of choice.
Okay, why is it that that's
No
not, that's still
man-
wrong too?
No man want to take care of someone else's kids.
That ain't true.
Okay, but why is it that?
I just had to throw that in there that
you
ain't
can-
true,
you
man.
can understand. Okay, well, he
Because
should-
I'm a proud. Wait a minute.
I'm going, I gotta go to bed.
You know my dad, right?
Yeah,
Right. How
Yeah.
many of us was it?
it was 5 of y'all.
It was 4 of us.
Well, 4
when he
of y'all.
met my
Then
mama.
the other- another one.
He took four babies, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and I know people that'll do that.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
I
they don't
that
care. They don't care about.
That was
You know.
that was back in the day.
Now I know people nowadays. I know women who it was a joke on Facebook. It was this lady. She was getting her kids out the van. 1, 2. And by the time she got the 6th kid, because the dudes were standing there. Because when she first got out, dude was like, man, I don't want no woman with kids. And then when the third one got out, he was like, man, you know what I'm saying? And the fourth one got out. Now, what it was, when the fifth one got out, then she got out. And she walked around the car, and he was like, whoa. He said, I need to find me a ring. You know what I'm saying? I need, physical. Once again, physically because of how she looked and how sexy she was. In his mind was, I marry her, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just on that, with the 6 kids.
Right.
And it was a joke. But the joke have some truth to it.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah, because I did say that the woman with the 5 children to get the husband quicker than the woman who don't, children are grown and she got her own house and she got her own stuff.
But she could get it based on a guy who's physical. If she's physically what he wants. Because nowadays, I just don't think that people are as physical as they used to be. I just see a lot of stuff that's not like when I was growing up.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I guess, yes, for younger women and younger men, it does seem to be, with some of them, it is a more physical thing that they're looking for. They're not necessarily looking at what you're going to be long term or what you're going to bring to the table long term. But as you get older, it's not just about what that man has, as it is you're trying to protect your assets. Just like Jay-Z would not want to marry somebody who don't have assets because he want to protect himself. You don't want to get with somebody and it doesn't work out or whatever, and that person tries to diminish who you are. So I feel like if you go into it, you got this education. He doesn't have to have a college degree. He doesn't have to have any of those things. But you don't want to be with somebody who wants to diminish what you've already accomplished in your life, male or female. So I don't feel like a woman should have to compromise herself to be with somebody. I feel neither should a man, So I'm not really understanding why is it if this woman said, well, I want this man who can take me where I'm used to going. And you're saying, well, maybe she has to compromise to be with that man who's not able to take her where she wants to. Why does she have to diminish herself in order to be loved where she is? Why does she have to, it's almost like saying she has to apologize for her education, her finances, and her ability to obtain resources.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. You keep hollering why she has to diminish herself. Why you want to look at it like that?
I think you're making this personal.
The
way
Yeah,
the statements that you make really sound personal.
I mean,
but I'm gonna make
I've heard a lot of men. I've had men say that to me.
Let me make a statement to you.
What?
Right. Let me
That's
make a
not to do with
statement to you.
anything.
All right. Let me make a statement to you. You heard a lot of men say that. Now here's the question: where did you meet them at? Because look what I'm saying, right? Like me, I can go to Walmart. I could go to Target. I could go to Sears. I could go to Family Dollar. I could go to any of them places where women work at, and that's the money that they make. So that's who I'm going to connect with. If I'm a 6-figure man, I need to be around 6-figure women. Like, where do they go?
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. If I'm around where they go, if I meet somebody there, 9 times out of 10, they in the financial range that I'm in. If I meet somebody there. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm not around the place to meet those type of person, meaning in Family Dollar, if you in Family Dollar with the money you make, and I know you make good money, the other guy who make good money, he just happen to be running in there at the same time, and y'all click by circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say circumstances. I said by circumstances.
Yeah, which is
y'all,
very rare.
Y'all meet. You know what I'm saying? So right. So, but if you're at this banquet here, or if you're at this politician briefing here, like most of them people in there, they got money.
Yeah. And
So you have to put yourself. The moral of the story is that you have to put yourself around those people.
okay, but that still goes back to the point he makes that most black men make $20,000 and $30,000 a year. So he would be a white man.
Well,
No.
not necessarily.
No, I'm just saying in the sense because that is when you think about some of these black women, even a lot of these black women who even the famous
that
women,
rubs me somewhere.
No,
so
the reason
much.
I say that is because even when you listen to I say Nia Long because she has said some things like that, or different women, that there are so few black men
Who making certain kind of money.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you
who would
something.
want to talk to her.
Let me show you something. This ain't. It ain't even a story. Hey, I got to say story time. This ain't even a story. Watch this. Remember Gone with the Wind? That was
Oh my God,
back in the
that's a really, really old
1920s or
movie.
something, right?
Yeah, when he
Somewhere
rolled off into the
Clark
sunset.
Gable.
Okay,
Him and-
I'm just saying, do you remember Gone with the
Mm-hmm.
Wind? You remember the actor that was in there, the
Mm-hmm.
actress, that black lady? And there was a few other black actors and stuff in there, right? And the roles that they played, right? And then you remember Frankenstein or Watch the Twilight Zone or look how many black actors and stuff was in their movies, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a lot. But now when you watch TV, it is flooded with black actors, black actresses. The point that I'm making is that there is a lot of black men. It ain't like it was back then, you know, where we was all cutting grass or just barely making $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Nowadays, there's a lot of black men. I'm just saying,
But
I
you
have a
even
lot of
said
friends.
that they don't want to get married, though.
Wait, don't jump now. Don't jump. Right now, we're talking about black men and money. You know,
Right.
6 figures.
Okay, you right. There are some black men who make good money.
I know a lot of my friends make good money. You know what I'm saying? Now it just may happen but a lot of my friends got friends that are millionaires, and I'm putting this out here that make good money, black men. You know, now most of them are married to white women. Nah, I'm just playing.
Well,
I'm just playing.
they
That's
might
just
just-
because
someone
it
might
doesn't
be
matter if they
married,
married
yeah.
to black or white women. But I'm saying they're married, to women who started with them. They didn't make that money when they started. The woman was just there when they started.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't get there and say, all right, I'm done with her. So,
Yeah, but
yeah.
that still speaks to the point that most of the men that if they are wanting to marry, they are already married. Most men over 40 and 50 are already married if they want to be married. Most of them, not all of them. So when you're looking at the income level of men who are making more money, they're already married. There are very few men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who are maybe at that higher income level who are single. So, but it's way more of the women that are single. And I'm just saying that it's like, why? And it can't just be because we got a mouth on us.
I got a solution for you.
I'm not just talking about
like
me.
you want to
I'm
say
just
something.
You said in
talking
general,
about
right,
in women.
right.
Because, I mean, you haven't noticed that? There's a lot of women that
A
are...
lot of single women that's in their late 30s, early 40s, and stuff like that are single and stuff. Very well secure and stuff. And the question is always why they are not married. Do they want to get married? Do they want to be married?
I think
and
most
stuff.
women want
You know
to
what I'm
get
saying?
married. Now, some women might say, I don't want to get married, but that's because she might not feel like she's going to find a husband. And there are not as many... I mean, it's so interesting because I've had this discussion with other women, and some of it is that once you get up to a certain income level, your thinking and your actions are a little bit different, and sometimes some men get intimidated. I do think some men are intimidated because your conversation is different.
Right. Because they're not making that kind of money.
You want me to show you something from my experience? I meet with people every day going in their houses. Every day. Like you're saying, I go in houses a lot of times with single women. And I don't mean this in a derogatory way. I really don't.
Well, terrible housekeepers.
But the sedittiness of them.
Sedity, okay.
Sedittiness of them. When I go to these are single black women, good jobs. You could tell because they got the Mercedes and the Jag. And they ain't even married,
Yeah.
but they both in the garage.
Yeah.
They got the Hummer and the Stingray, you know, and they're not even married. But even when I'm in their house, the way they'll talk to me, you know, and I'm like,
Attitude.
you know, I just
Attitude.
go on and do what I'm doing there.
And move on.
Don't touch that. You know, I'm like, ma'am, could you move this? Do it look like I'm a mover?
Attitude.
So I asked the lady the question, do it look like I'm a mover? You see what's on my truck. It don't say 2 men in the truck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then when I say something like that, it goes haywire.
I'm not saying that. Okay, I mean, I have heard
Well,
that
you
too.
asked the question. I'm
You're right,
telling you,
you're right.
before we
I mean,
jump somewhere else,
Yes.
I'm telling you that in a year, I meet hundreds of women like that. You know what
Why
I'm
you
saying?
think the
And to
women don't like
myself,
that?
I'd be like, boy, if I wasn't married,
Don't want to be bothered.
I wouldn't be interested.
Okay,
Don't
so why
wanna be
you?
bothered.
But the women
Right.
who might
Because
have that, why you
there's
think-
some things that they've been through. Some men have dragged them.
Okay.
And now they blame everybody. I ain't saying in the sense there's no everybody in all
Yeah.
way, but they've been through some hurts. They've been through some pain and through some stuff. So when they see you, you know what I'm saying? You remind them
Black
of
niggas
Billy.
ain't shit.
You remind them of
It's
Billy.
basically
Black
what it is.
men ain't.
Yeah. That's, and
He
basically
said,
that's the bottom line.
If I curse,
That's the bottom line.
if I
Yeah.
curse, this is what I would say.
Yeah.
Black men ain't.
Shit.
That's what I would say. If I curse, I would say that, man.
Yeah. And that's the problem. That's the problem in a nutshell. That is the problem in a nutshell.
That is so interesting. I'm not saying I haven't heard that before.
Have you ever thought it? Honestly, ever?
Have I ever thought that what that we
What he said.
that men are
Black men ain't shit. To tell the truth. Because that's what they say.
Have you ever thought it?
Okay,
You kind of
that's what they
hesitating
say.
now. All right, here it comes.
That's what
Drum
they
roll.
say.
no.
Have you ever thought it?
Yeah, this is what I think.
Drum roll.
I try to.
Have you ever thought it?
I do, but I might feel like
She has
certain
said it a
men
few
are
times.
that.
She has said it a few times.
I haven't said that. I might say that.
It's the same thing.
No,
Let's see how
I
she said
do
it.
understand that when you've encountered bad relationships, you do feel like some men are.
You evading the question.
I
The
haven't
question
really
was,
said, I
first
might
answer
say-
that
no,
question.
No, because what I
I
feel
said, have you ever thought it? I ain't
a
even say what you
particular
said.
man, yes, but not all men.
Okay.
I don't feel like
Okay.
all men
Now-
are that
now
way.
go ahead with what
I
you
feel
were
like
saying.
there are some. I feel like there are some good men out there. I feel like there's some great husbands, great fathers,
And it
just
is.
great men
And
out
it
there.
is. And it
What
is.
I feel like is that sometimes people connect with the person that isn't that. Or, people don't always connect. Because men connect with some women that are foul, too. So, I mean, there are some women that are trifling. I say that. I think there's some women that are trifling. But I do think that some women do become bitter. That is true. You have the women who think, y'all ain't about this. Y'all be playing games. Y'all don't want to do right, blah, blah, blah. There's
And they
some women-
think that when they sitting there out to dinner with you. You just met them. You dating them. They thinking these things. Your telephone ring. You answer your phone. Yeah, I bet he talking to some BIT. You know what I'm saying?
women
And
do
they
think that.
already get rolling before they even really
Because
get
you
into it.
already judged before you even come to the table.
But not all women think that way. Some
We ain't saying
women-
we ain't doing all this
Okay,
stuff.
but some
remember?
women come to the table
With an open mind.
open
Open heart.
and just trying to figure out what they're dealing with up front, right?
Right.
And
Those is the women that can find a husband, even a blue collar man, and they don't have a problem with that. Those
Yeah.
is the women that can find a husband, even a blue collar guy, and they don't have a problem that they can live happily ever after.
yes,
Right.
I it's just that I have found that most of the time it's the men who have a harder time, because there's something about, even in speaking to that thing when you say that the men are the head, right? So if that woman has that house and maybe the payment is $1,200 a month, that guy making $30,000 a year probably can't pay her house note, right? So he gets with her. He might actually love her and care for her, but he might feel the stress of paying her bills. So what does that mean? She continue paying her house note, and he pays the light bill and the
When
water
y'all
bill.
together, don't y'all should split this stuff?
What she gonna split?
The house note, the light bill, the phone, the cable bill.
What if half of her bills are $3,000?
So he gonna have to maybe get him another job.
Right.
You know,
He
if
might-
he want to be with her.
Right, but see, that's what I said before.
If he wanna
that
be with her.
When you approach somebody, even outside of finances, if you approach somebody, you should be able to bring something to the table that increases that person, not decreases
Right.
that person.
Right.
So yeah, women, we do need to work on our attitude. It shouldn't be that you meet a guy and you're saying, "I ain't got time for you," and you don't even know what type of man that he is. Because I learned this lesson too. One time I was living in this apartment complex, and there was this young guy, black guy. He had dress in his hair. He had the dress going on. And I made a visual assessment of what type of man I thought he was.
Okay.
I might have been thinking like he must have drugs or something. I mean, I admit I thought negatively
For him.
about this
Right,
type of man.
right. Just by a visual.
Just a visual, because he was young and he had the dress in his hair, and he just, to me, I guess I'm thinking thug all over you. But we had this conversation. Because I was talking to somebody else, he jumped in the conversation. And he said something really, was like, oh my God, this man is
Got a little
intelligent.
intelligent. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
intelligent. And I was like, and then I felt bad, like here I judged this man based on what he looked like. Maybe he might not have had finances, or anything. But the man was intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It was able to articulate his thoughts, his feelings, and his ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me think, okay, maybe sometime as women,
Y'all do that?
we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll look at you and say, well, dog, you just a busboy over there.
Yeah.
But that busboy might be really, really intelligent. So sometimes we do overlook that,
Mm-hmm.
but that means you have to really be able to take the time to look beyond that.
Right.
But you don't think, say if you met
You got
somebody,
your glasses, Greg? I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
so if you met somebody,
You got
because
the
Greg
glasses?
is already married,
They right there.
but if you met somebody and, she's making a lot of money, she's all this, all that, are you going to tell me that you wouldn't feel some type of way that she goes on vacation
Mm-hmm.
every year. She likes to do this, what she likes to do. They $5,000-$10,000 vacation. You like this woman. You want to please this woman. You're going to tell me it wouldn't make you feel some type of way if you wasn't able to provide that for her?
If you weren't able to at least be able to go give half of something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're not able to at least give half and stuff. A lot of people is insecure.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people got a lot of issues that's going on.
What I
that
don't
they have not
understand
worked on.
and what y'all are talking about,
Mm-hmm.
why would I get in a relationship with you and you have to get another job in order to help me do the things that I need
Well, I
help
did
with?
say that. I feel like the person shouldn't talk to you if they can't meet your needs. I did say that. You were like, wow.
Who said that?
You did.
I didn't say that.
What did you say then when I said that? Then why should a woman be with somebody who can't even afford the stuff that she already has?
Well, I said wow in the respect of how you said it at the time. But in this perspective, like what y'all was talking about, it's you're in the relationship or you meeting somebody.
Right.
And if you meet somebody and you know that that financially they can't meet you nowhere or halfway, they got to do extra stuff to meet you financially. Why even get in a relationship with somebody like that to begin
Okay,
with?
well, I
That's
guess
a problem from the beginning.
Well, that might be why there's so many women
because
that
now,
are single too.
Now he has 2 jobs. Mm-hmm. Now how much time do we have for you?
Very little.
Okay, so now you want him to spend time with you, but you want him to give you stuff that you want him to give you, but he can't give you those things because he working 2 jobs and he tired.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You
why I
know?
feel like he shouldn't even approach a woman. I feel like if you got to go get 2 jobs just to be able to pay half the bills or be able to feel like you're contributing, then you should find somebody who won't feel that type of strain.
So what is your raw question,
Doing
if
a
you had a
podcast,
question? You said the thing about,
I guess it is, what is the middle ground to that?
to what?
Because if it's a matter of, some of it is the income, maybe some of it is the woman's mouth and the attitude, and maybe the belittling of men that keeps maybe some men from wanting the woman who makes all that money.
Mm-hmm.
And the women, we're looking at, if you're not able to provide certain things, you're not bringing certain things to the table, we don't even want you. So we're still looking for the man who can bring us, and he might not, I don't know where he at. So what is the middle ground to that? Because we do have, there are still a lot of women.
I still
we're
don't understand
raising,
the question.
The question
You
is,
said a
what
lot
is
of
the
things. You keep
what
saying,
is
what's
the
the
middle
middle ground
ground
to
to
what?
be able to have less women that are over 40, that are single, still maybe raising children, and be alone? Because the option you gave is we just be alone and get us a dog. And
For some, that's exactly where it's gonna go. For some, get you a dog and die alone. For some, that's the bottom line. Get you a dog
gotta be a middle
and
ground.
die alone. For some, get you a dog
it got to be a
and
middle
die
ground.
alone.
It got to
But
be a middle ground.
here's the middle ground for some. Okay? Now, the middle ground is for some that change your attitude. You don't have to lower your standard, but realize that if you want a man to love you, to treat you right, he might not be able to provide for you the way you wanted him to provide for you financially. All right? And you would say settle. I would not call it settle. I would just call it being happy.
Well, he just said too that why should she
I have
be
a
with
whole different answer.
No, but you said, well, why should she even get with that man who got to go out there and make 2 jobs to be able to take care of it? She shouldn't even talk to him.
Right.
Right,
if
but
there's
he
a
said
need,
this
no,
is that woman.
no.
That's
Listen
his
to what I'm
philosophy, though.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Because that's ludicrous.
Right.
Let me tell you something. If that's and I'm using an extreme. You know, if I go marry Angela Jolie, I can't meet her needs, man.
Right.
You know, on a financial scale. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't even know how star, what you would call it is. I might can't meet a need on however stars do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I live in a different shell, you know, than her. You know?
But people is people, though, right? People are people.
Yeah, people are people.
I'll give you a perfect example. Who was Brad Pitt married to before he got with Angela Jolie?
Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston, right?
Right.
Why did he leave Jennifer? Anybody know?
We don't really know. He has
Yeah, we do.
We know what the tabloids said.
Yeah, we don't.
He
really
left Jennifer Aniston because she didn't want to have kids. He wanted kids. She didn't want to have kids. So he left. Angeline did. So he got with her. How many kids they got?
A lot.
No.
Well, there's 6 kids.
Right, but they adopted.
How many?
Blah, blah, blah.
6.
I thought they
You know
had
what I'm
9 or 11.
But he wanted kids. Jen didn't. Right?
all of them ain't adopted.
Right.
Right.
But
Yeah.
One or two.
But I'm saying is that there's a lot of reasons. People, I don't give a fuck how much money you make. You're a human being.
Right.
You are a human being. I don't care how much
You
money
listening to him, right? That's why
make
he left Jen.
and stuff.
But now he
You know.
ain't with Angela Jolie. He got the kids. He got the woman.
Yeah,
he got
did-
the kids.
Yeah, he
Now
didn't
they
really
ain't
want
together.
the woman
Well, he
on
wanted
some level.
He wanted Jen, and he also
I'm
wanted.
talking about Angelina. He might not have just really wanted her. He might have wanted what she represented, but not necessarily her.
She was able
Come on,
at
because
that
I'm
time.
gonna make a point now.
She was at that time to give him what Jen
I'm
was
gonna make
able
a
to
point
give him.
here.
And that was true.
Y'all just wait.
Now it's on you.
Go on with what you got to say.
Go on with you.
I'm listening to you, brother. Go on, sister. Now,
Go ahead. Now, because the bottom line is that we all human, and we all want different things out of life.
Now
That's
watch
almost
this.
like saying
Watch
a
this.
man,
Let
he
me
wants
show you
children
something.
with the young woman. That's why he don't want the woman over 40 because you can't give him no more kids.
Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something real easy. You know, and you know you could meet a guy this month that's perfect just for you. You know, but you first have to. Number one, you got to stop lying. See, if you could stop lying, your chances. I'm going somewhere now.
Okay, we gonna
Just-
see where you going.
I did my little, you know, so I'm going
Are
somewhere.
you winding up to something?
Yeah. So if I'm in a relationship, right, and I just be honest from the very start that this is who I am. You know, when this stuff happened, that ain't what I like. When they don't come and do this, I don't want to do that. You know, instead of doing the things to try to pull them in. You know what I'm saying? You know, then we ain't got to go down the whole road.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But if we click because I pick my nose, and you know I do. We pick because I scratch like this and lay back, and you know I do. You know, we click because I snore, and you know I snore. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like, I hope he don't, or I hope she don't. Or in your case, I hope he don't stay over tonight because, once he know I snore, that's, you know, when he stay over, roll with the lions, Jack, if that's what you do. Because my whole thing is, it's like being in a relationship and fearful of who you are.
Yeah.
The main thing in a relationship is I don't need to be fearful for who I am. Because somebody's going to come along.
And accept you for who
That's
you are.
the way I am.
Now, I do think that as you get older, you become that person anyway. I mean, I can't speak for every woman over 40, but I would think most of us are at that place when you're over 40, especially when you're not doubting who you are as a person. You know what you can do, what you can't do. So why pretend to be somebody that you're not? I don't feel any need to pretend to be somebody. You're going to know exactly what you're getting right up front. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to misrepresent myself.
Right,
anyway.
but can you accept that guy for being who he is?
Yeah.
Can you accept him for making
If
$20,000, $30,000 a year?
If I wanted him.
You know what I'm saying?
If I wanted him.
Right, but you can't want him on that he make $25,000, $30,000
No.
a year. Listen,
Yeah.
listen, let me finish. Y'all answer too quick. You can't want him on that. And 4 years into it, now you want to change the rules in the middle
You're
of the game.
absolutely correct. That's why
I'm
you
saying
know up front.
people do that now.
You right.
A lot. They get with you. They're with you. You get in arguments. I knew I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
What?
You're
You know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
correct.
And you can still leave now that you know this is who I am or this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But the person would rather complain about what you're not, instead of meeting somebody that has all the qualities that they're looking for.
Well, then that might be some of the reason too, because you start making that decision, as you say, that if you're not going to be okay with that man making $30,000 a year, don't marry him.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be okay with it.
Don't even be
I
bothered.
already know I wouldn't.
2 or 3
Yeah,
years
don't
from
be
now,
bothered.
now you really looking at what he ain't buying,
Yeah.
what he ain't getting.
Yeah,
Now it's even
you be
bigger
like,
now.
you mean because them women will throw out that. Oh, you mean what? You mean my car that I paid for? Because he ain't. Because you
Right.
know you ain't
That's
paying
the
for that
stuff
car.
that starts to come in.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're right.
right.
Women do. I feel like you shouldn't do that. I mean, I've said that to because I have friends who are married men who made less money than them, and I told them, I said, okay, you can do what you want to do. I said, but you're gonna have problems. And they said, no, money don't matter. I ain't gonna lie to you, tell you that money does not matter at all, because it does. But for me, it has always been the man had more of a problem than me. I don't ever have a problem with that as
you
much.
said you ain't gonna tell him, and I'm sorry, I cut her off, because I got to ask.
I'm
this
not going to
question.
tell her
You
what
said
to
that-
do.
You said you ain't gonna tell him that money doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Remember you said that, right?
Right.
Now I want another question. Now we doing this on honesty.
Yeah.
Let's say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, did you think money mattered? Would you say that same thing?
10,
Because
15 years ago.
yeah,
when I
I'm gonna
said
give you
money
out
mattered.
before you answer. Because a lot of times people say money don't matter when they ain't got none, and then when they got money,
Yeah.
now they understand
Yeah.
that money
Money
matters.
matters. Right.
That's the point I was
Okay,
just trying
well,
to make.
10 or 15 years ago, I mean, I've been on my job 11 years, so 10 years ago, I was still making money.
But to answer the question.
I would say that
Back
money
then,
has
did you think?
always to a
I ain't
degree
talking about that. I'm saying you personally. 15 years ago, was you like, money matters? Money, did you think that? And you probably didn't, because you didn't have the money. It's the point that I'm making.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a
So
plus.
when you got the money, now money matters, because you know what the money does, what it gets you, what you do with it, how secure. Money secures a person.
Yeah.
I am secure that I could pay my bills. When I ain't got no money, I'm a lot more insecure.
But it's more so no money matters. Like if a person makes only $12, $15 an hour, you can still make that work in a relationship. So it's not about just how much
You got to have
makes.
a $12 or $15 an hour partner. You know what I'm saying? It's like the person that you meet, they work the same type of money
you gotta have
have.
you have to have the same view of how money works.
It's easy
right.
because it ain't like, well, I bring all the,
I think otherwise it wouldn't work with a man making more money than women not making that much. It works that way. I mean, so I don't think it's just how much the person makes, but they do have to be in agreement of how you handle the money. Because he can make $100,000 a year and you still broke.
I think that's another one.
But here's the thing, and I just been sitting over here listening and meditating on some stuff.
That's good. That's good.
And you know why? Let's say high value women don't get with men that making $20,000-$30,000 a year. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is.
Oh, okay. You've gotten an epiphany over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they don't respect them.
What?
They don't respect them.
What? Hold up. You said men who make more money.
I'm
Then the
saying
woman?
no. I'm saying
women.
high value women who making six figures.
Oh, I seen it the opposite way, but go ahead. Go ahead.
They don't respect a guy who's making $20,000-$30,000 a year, but they will respect a guy who's making more than them. They will respect them.
And I don't. That's all. Once again, perspective.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true and
It's
not
some
true.
truth
Because
to
you
that.
take Mary J. Blige and the dude that she was with, he didn't make nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he rolled off of her, but she was cool with that. Now she took a nothing type of person, but she was cool with that because
but who was she with before then,
She was
though?
just I don't know, but she was just
But the guy,
into. I'm talking
the
one
other
relationship
singer.
at a time.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Y'all when we start talking, y'all try to jump somewhere else. Let me finish answering what I'm answering,
Yeah, let
man.
him finish his thought over here.
Y'all
Yeah.
just don't finish thoughts. Y'all just want to give information.
'Cause there's so many
I know
thoughts out
this,
there. There's so
and I
many
know
thoughts out
this.
there. Go ahead.
Well, just know the question is asked first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
with the
We
answer,
get to
though.
the rest of
Go
it.
with the
Nah,
answer.
I forgot. Nah, no, I didn't. But she was okay. You see what I'm saying? With her heart is different. And that shows that a person like that heart is different. But look at the damage he's caused now. You think she'd meet another nobody? You know what I'm saying? Because of
Probably not.
Well, that's the same thing with
background,
Holly
you
Berry.
know?
She had to give that man child. She had to give him alimony.
What I'm saying is all the damage plays a part. Our past is the very person that we are today.
That's why I
So
take a lot
all
of
of that
work.
plays a part.
Yeah.
In who we are,
That's
who
why I
we're
take a lot
going
of
to
work.
become.
Right. It takes
And
work
that's
on the
why I
inside.
talked about being honest.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I know if anything should ever happen in my life and I'm just by myself again or something like that, man, I'm taking honesty with me right through the front door.
Yeah.
And if I think you ain't being truthful to something, I'm gonna call you on the carpet on it. Right at the beginning.
That's the key right there, is being honest. Because you can go into a relationship like a contract.
It is a contract.
This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm expecting and stuff. And if the person on the other side cannot meet it, you need to move on.
Right.
That's my point. My whole thing. I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I just tell a woman, look, if you could give me sex, we good. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I go to work and I come home and you come home from work and you cook and we have sex, I'm good.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Now, on Saturday, we watching the TV, we watching the movie, we hanging out, we just talking, laughing and stuff like that, and we have sex. I'm all right.
Okay,
if we sitting here just talking and I go to work or I don't go to work and we sitting on the porch, well, I'm not only that, even if I'm going to leave you, if we're going to have sex when I leave, I'm good with that. As long as we're having sex. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all missed that. I was making a joke.
Which is true, because what a guy really wants, stomach fed and his balls empty.
Well, that was real 1920s.
Well,
it's like that today. Why do you think guys step out on women?
Because they stupid.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I agree with you.
That's true.
If you gotta, I personally, forget the podcast, even though we here. I enjoy my wife and love my wife.
Right.
So,
and you should.
I don't know somebody that would do what she does for me. So I would be stupid. You know what I'm saying?
And a woman is too.
Some people just don't cheat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't cheat. I don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have options, I still don't cheat.
Right.
Because it's my moral value.
Right.
It's what's inside of me. It's
and
my
they
moral
could
value.
pound. It's times
that
I may get pounded and pounded and pounded, and your mind say, well, if this what you think but morally, I know it ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
Yeah. I know how I'ma feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because it never had nothing to do with the other person.
Right.
If a person cheat, it have nothing to do with their spouse or who they with.
It's an internal issue.
It's always about self.
Yes.
And we talked it earlier that black women do not believe that
we're in the middle of a podcast, man.
Some of them need to go and talk to a professional. You know what I'm saying? About certain issues.
My machines are broken.
I think
there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm all for counseling. I'm a firm believer in going to counseling. I do feel like
sorry about that.
I do believe that a person should be straight up and honest when you're going into anything. I mean, you should just be honest, period. It shouldn't even have to be that you get an epiphany.
It's not that it happens often, but what we're saying is true.
Yeah.
Honesty is
people should be always.
But it's not feel often.
You should always present yourself as you are. It should never be that you feel like you got to pretend to be somebody else to get somebody, because that means that you feel like there's a deficit within you.
But that's the game that has been played for a long time, though.
If you had a date, if we wasn't family, and you had a date with me Friday, when I see you, I guarantee you're going to have your eyebrows done,
I might show up in my baggy pants and a t-shirt.
I doubt it. You're going to lie. Right. Because you're going to lie. You're going to try to present yourself in a way.
Why?
That's the game.
I don't know. People do that.
I don't do that. I feel like what you see is what you get. Now, I'm not saying that when if I'm going to a dinner, I'm not going to wear my jeans and a t-shirt. Of course, it's an event thing. But just as far as who I present myself, I'm always about being authentic. I feel like I'm gonna tell you who I am. I'm gonna tell you what I will do, what I won't do, what I like, what I don't like, where I go, where I won't. I've been definitely like that in the last 3 or 4 years. Definitely, since the last husband,
right?
Definitely after the last husband, I was like, you know what? Never will I not be myself. I'm gonna always be true to myself. So I've always since then go into everything with being totally honest. And now I'm more of a person to where if I see stuff that I know I ain't going to live with, I'm not even going to pretend. I ain't even going to be like, oh, I can deal with this. No, I'm not going to deal with that.
Right.
I'm going to be straight up. with that, I ain't gonna deal with your smoking. I ain't gonna deal with your drinking. I ain't gonna deal with you lying. I ain't gonna deal with you cussing at me. I ain't gonna deal with you putting your hands on me. I'm not gonna deal with none of that.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna be straight
That's
up
right.
and tell the person that.
So when you meet the guy and y'all go out to Olive Garden, and you sitting there, you know, eating and laughing, and you just googly in his eyes, and he's googly in your eyes, and y'all get through eating and stuff like that, and you know, y'all just having a conversation. And the waiter come by and he tell him, bring me a vodka on the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Is that a done deal for that
it's done.
situation?
I'm kind of like done.
But you finished the
I
dinner.
might finish. I might. It all depends. But most of the time, when people, I guess, do this little dating thing or whatever, I think it's a matter. I don't even know. I don't even understand the dating scene now.
Dating is a good thing. It's to find
out. I'm
out.
not saying it's not a good thing. What I'm saying is the concept of dating is so. I don't really understand how people's concept of dating is now. I'm just saying that I do feel like you don't even always got to be straight up and you pay attention to what a person is doing. I'm not saying it's just bad if a person drinks a little bit and maybe they take a drink at dinner or whatever. I just know what I can live with, what I don't want to live with, and there's certain things I don't want to live with. So I'm not even going to pretend, and nor do I want a person to feel as though there's something wrong with them. I don't think there's anything wrong with you if you drink or you smoke. I just know I don't want to live with them.
Right.
So
and that's your right, and that's your
option.
Right.
Even the pretense of getting to know you.
That was a long answer for a simple no.
Yeah, but she explained it
I tried to explain it because
to a certain degree.
Right, because I want you to understand that I do feel like it's important to be authentic. For example, I use something as simple as if I was talking to a guy and he likes sports. I mean, he got a team he follows everywhere. He's really into it, always going to sport. I already know I don't want to do all of that. I might not want to go travel. I might not want to do all of that. So why would I even talk to him? Why would I even waste his time pretending that I like football and I hate football?
Yeah, but see, if it's a guy like me, I like sports, but not like that.
But I'm just saying.
Like, I ain't going to the games. I ain't going. Now, if I get some tickets and I'm like, hey, you want to go to this game? You're like, I ain't going to no game. I'd be like, all right, all right.
Go to the game, come back home and everything.
But if you just judge me on watching sports, you would think I'm like that, but I'm not. And that's what dating is about.
Okay, but you have a conversation.
Now, if we were dating, and you see me, you know, move from in front of the TV, and the game coming, Coont coming over, and all these, I'm in the sports. You know, oh man, you know, so and so last week they blah blah, and I'm talking about now. You know, I'm dead into sports, but me, when the playoffs come on, I'm watching.
So,
but you have a conversation about stuff like that. So I'm just saying those are things that you have a conversation with that person about. I mean, just anything that a person likes to do. If they, if they go to clubs and whatever. So that's what I'm saying. I do think that maybe as you get older, there's some things you can read, and then there's some things you just know that you just don't want to deal with. You're like, okay, I don't want to deal with that. Just like, I mean, if I met a guy, he's 50 years old, he got a 5-year-old, I wouldn't even talk to him. Even though I got a 13-year-old, I would not talk to him. Susie told me he had a 5-year-old. Oh, okay. Well, it was really nice having a conversation with you. Bye.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Why is that? I'm curious.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that's the way she is.
I don't want to raise any more children. I'm finishing
right.
mine.
I'm like that. I was just asking why.
Anybody else's.
Right.
And that's okay.
But I wouldn't be like, oh, she's so adorable. Yeah, let's go hang out. Why misrepresent myself?
Because yours in 5 years is out. And in 5 years, his be going to the 7th, 8th grade.
Right. You know I'll be still waiting. So I think people should do that. But I don't. But that still doesn't really say how do we find the middle ground. I understand we name all these different things that play a role in it. Because there are some men I don't know if men over 40 are having a problem finding somebody. Because most men, if they want a woman and want a wife, they can get one. They can go drag her off the streets, wherever they can find her.
I think it's the opposite way around.
What?
I think it lends to what Coont said. You know, because a woman has a fire trap. That if she want that guy, you know, we think. No. See, that's what I'm saying. You won't let the person finish talking. If you let the person finish a thought,
okay, go finish.
It's easier to answer.
Okay.
You know, but Coont was saying how sexually, you know, about women. You know what I'm saying? And men, how men are drawn sexually. Look, it's just like You could go to the store and the guy could give you his number and you could start talking sexual to him. Oh, he calling you tonight and every night.
Why?
And I didn't say that's not the why. I'm answering the question.
Oh, okay.
You know, now you want me to jump somewhere else to the why of it. I'm just answering the question.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'm telling you that it's easier for a woman to grab a guy than it is for a guy to grab a woman. To me, I think it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not chauvinistic in the way that I think old men or old women. You know, I'm just saying men are sexual beings. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the statistics of people watching porn, I guarantee you it's more men than women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if a woman offers sex, we kind of forget about a whole lot of other stuff.
But why can't she speak to your mind?
We're not talking about that. That happens anyway. I'm telling you about a woman getting a man if she want him.
Okay.
You know, that's the number one way. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that man would have an interest that this gonna be a relationship. Because most of us think if she just came out and gave it to me like that, she giving it to him and him and him. Like,
okay,
I mean, when you think
it doesn't get her married though. It just gets her.
I ain't talking about getting married. We weren't talking about that.
We did say why the women aren't getting married. Because we know you can just
I'm
grab
saying
a
the
man
statement
off the
that you
street.
was just making. Yeah. We was talking about just a woman. You know how a woman could get a man versus a man. You know, because you said men over 50 or single, but they could get married if they want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you that it's more for women than it is for men because we got to chase. We're the hunters.
Right.
Like we got to chase and we get, I don't like it. I don't like it. But a woman could not like you but say, well, I'm going to check him out. And you know what I'm saying? And that dude to call and call and call, he go to bed with you, shoot. You know, and I'm just saying, a woman ain't got to be a hoe. A woman ain't got to say, let's screw. That's not the point I'm making. I'm just making an issue that a woman has a thing that a man wants. You know what I'm saying? And it comes down to, anyway, like Kunt said, that when you in a relationship, when I meet a woman and I done checked her out, now I'm trying to focus on how am I going to get her in this hotel or to my house. I can't think of a whole lot of other things. You know, now I don't know. Maybe I'm way out the box, Kunt, but I'm just telling you, you know, That's my main objective. It's sort of like, really, let's get this out the way, because that's what we're gonna end up doing anyway. You're not getting in a relationship with the man because you don't want nothing sexual from him.
That's not the first thing.
I ain't saying the first thing. I'm saying our ultimate goal is to get that out the way.
No.
You want to know how he. So answer me this question: if a man is horrible in bed, that means nothing to you. The relationship is still all right. Whew. I met one. I thought it was only leprechauns and four-leaf clovers. It's Angie.
So let me ask this question.
So shoot.
Let me ask this question.
The most important thing.
I didn't say the most important.
I don't even think it's relevant.
Right. So what you saying, sex ain't even relevant for you.
It's not as relevant. No. The most important thing is
I don't listen. Would want nothing to do with you. If I knew you and I met you, right? Because what I'm saying, it's gonna be something I'm enjoying, or I want to listen to what I'm saying, or let's do it over here, let's do it in the park. But it ain't really that deep to you, you know. I need it to be as deep. Kunt, let me say this. Wait, before you say something, Kunt, with you, here's a woman, you on top of her, and you
ain't getting nothing back.
And she just like this. Yeah. And you gonna be like, man, I can't wait till tomorrow. Because it ain't important to her. It was a girl in the program that used to say was like that. My boy Rod used to say, he said, man, she just lay there like, I'm like, bruh, wait a minute, I'm trying to finish it, you know. So I'm saying a person would wonder why that ain't a man. A man, that's important to a man. Okay. Not every man. But what I'm saying, it takes some importance in a relationship. Sex, listen, there's 3 things in a relationship, man. Sex, finances. I forgot what the other one is, but I'll get back to you when it pops in my mind. No. Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to take what I said out of context.
No. I took it just like you said it.
I did say
you
that.
You said.
Well, I guess. I mean, I understand that you cannot. Oh, I'm not gonna say you cannot. I understand that that is an important aspect of a relationship. What I'm saying is that I don't think it's the defining part of the relationship. I feel like you could be in a relationship with somebody and there is no sex, right?
Why do a man ask a woman on a date?
I have no. Well, I don't know why a man asks a woman on a date.
For sex. For sex. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do feel like.
Hold up,
I
Angie.
just-
Wait a minute.
I
Wait a
just
minute,
said it.
sister. You need to get educated right here,
Okay,
because
okay.
maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe sex ain't important to you, so they kind of feel their way through that.
Look.
Okay.
Listen.
Let me
I
run
want
to
you
this.
to finish, but I need to say this. We are adults. No, right? Everybody's an adult.
Yeah.
When people go out, when a man asks a woman out, he asks her out for sex. This is the ritual that we've been going through for years.
So he didn't ask out because he wanted to spend some time with her and have a nice conversation.
No, he asks out for sex. A woman should never go out with a man if she don't ever intend on sleeping with that man.
Wow. Okay.
She should never go out with him and stuff.
Okay.
If a guy asks you out, if you're not sexually attracted to him, you shouldn't go out with him.
I agree with that. If
You know.
well, not just sexually attracted to him, if you're just not attracted to him at all.
You shouldn't go out with him.
Okay. Now, I mean, my perspective is, I mean, I have a lot of different perspectives, but I mean, with me, my thought is that that the relationship is about a deeper connection to somebody,
Sure.
right? And sex is a part of a marriage. I'm not going to say you would marry somebody you don't have sex with them, but what I'm saying is that the connection is what makes, to me, the connection and the love with the person is what makes the sex meaningful.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise you just doing like animals and you just...
Because a woman is emotionally and mentally. Sex for a woman is always mentally first, emotionally, and then physically.
Right, so why would you get the physical first?
That's not what I'm saying.
You said that why the man goes out on the date.
I'm saying,
For
sure,
the potential of sex.
that's the bottom line.
Okay, well, he has to make the emotional and the spiritual connection first.
He
All
do
guys
that.
is not there though.
But I'm saying
But
most
the
of us
reason
do
he
that
asking
on the
you out
date.
on a date is because he want to have sex
He
with
ain't
you.
gonna do that. He ain't gonna meet that. He ain't gonna get that on a date.
No,
He ain't gonna get what on the date?
He ain't gonna get anything on the date. But I'm just
Hold
saying,
up, wait a minute.
But the bottom line, he's asking you
What
out.
are you talking about?
He's asking you
Listen.
out because he wants sex with you.
I get that.
He ain't gonna get what on the date, you saying?
Sex on the first date. Some of them do it, some of them don't and stuff. And that's cool. But the reason a man asks a woman out on a date is because he's looking for sex from that
Right.
woman. That's the bottom
So
line.
he's not necessarily looking for a connection.
If that comes, we're cool.
If it
with that.
happens,
It's always
sure.
interesting that
That's just the way
and
it is,
it
though.
might just be how men are, that and women, some women are the opposite. We want the connection,
Emotional
the
connection.
emotional
That's the point that I'm
connection
making.
first
Mm-hmm.
and primarily over that. And that's why, maybe men don't understand that a woman, you could be the best provider and you could be the best in the bed, taking her from one room, all that. But if there's no emotional connection,
She'll go somewhere else and get that.
she will leave you.
That's
She
what
ain't
I'm saying.
necessarily gotta go somewhere else and get it. She just leave you.
Right. She gonna leave you to get what she needs. The
Right.
emotional connection.
So it's not the physical. You
It's
you
stuff.
could be the worst person in the bedroom. You can not even know how to find anything. But she will stay with you if she loves you because there's some emotional connection. So it's not about the sex. But
I believe
some
that.
women. I'm not
Right.
gonna say every woman because all women are not the same. That's
Women
why you could
cheat
be with that
emotionally,
man.
too.
Yeah.
Women cheat emotionally.
Well, if we cheat emotionally,
You know.
we gone anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's not even about the physical. Whereas maybe with men it is about the physical. That's why women can go years and years and years and years, and it ain't even an issue for them. Men, y'all can't go more than a couple of days, but maybe not even that long. I don't know. But I'm just saying,
We can go a long period of time now. Y'all be fooled how long we
She'll
go
know, Greg.
saying-
without
She'll know.
sex now.
She'll know.
I'm just.
And then when you get
messing
older,
with
you can go a whole lot longer.
Well, you know what it is. As you get
Oh,
older,
here
I'm
we
just
go.
talking about
Here
women
we
that
go.
But I'm
Here
just
we
saying.
go.
What she say when you get older?
Here we go. Here we
You
go
know,
with
I
the
ain't even
old
gonna say it again. I
lies
ain't
and
gonna say
stuff.
that
Yeah, that's
again.
an old
No,
lie.
Yeah, here we go the old lies.
Okay, I ain't gonna
But
say
go ahead.
that.
Go ahead, dog.
I'm just saying that women, we want different things when we enter into a relationship.
Right.
And I do understand that dating is about, I guess, trying to find things. But I do feel like that there is something missing in between that connection of meeting a person or dating a person and being able to find a potential partner that you can marry. And I don't know if it is because the woman starts talking about, oh, so you can't pay for this. I don't know if it's, the attitude, if it's she's talking crazy, or she's trying to go to places that he really can't afford. Because I do agree, if you know that man only makes $30,000 a year, don't have him take you to that restaurant that the plate is $60.
What was
I
it
mean,
called?
you shouldn't do that, huh?
What's it called?
We just said Chateau something. We want to say these places.
I thought it was a real place.
No, we
It
just
sounded
said Chateau
expensive when
something.
you said it.
Yeah, that's why we said Chateau. That place $60
I felt
plate.
broke when you just said it. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just saying, is it, that I do understand that all those things play a role, but we do have to find some way to have a middle ground to where you don't have to, neither person has to compromise who they are, but we can still be able to get to a place where you find people who want to get married. Because, if you look at the dating sites, there are thousands of single people, thousands of single men, thousands of single women, but ain't nobody marrying.
Because they're filling out these papers. And they're doing what? They're lying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, some people actually meet people places. You see, I'm just saying this whole concept of there's a disconnection somewhere.
AG.
There's something going on that's keeping people.
Why is it?
From,
Ask that question.
So I think we got to find that middle ground.
Ask that question.
Excellent
You on the
work.
podcast, man. We're going to put you in this mic. Huh?
Hold on, I got to get my charger. My phone going down.
Oh, man, come on.
I want you to answer this question because we getting ready to wind down.
Yeah.
See, we've been here about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I know my son.
We've been here a long time, brother. We
I guess
getting ready to
'cause
wind down.
You know why we've been here? Because we don't really know the answer.
I gave you plenty of answers.
Yeah.
Hey, here go the question.
you
Here go the
said women
question.
shouldn't have
And I'm going to put you
attitude
on one of
and all
these
this kind of
mics.
stuff.
Say the question again.
What is the middle ground to where women over 40 or women?
No, the main question.
Which
You
one?
asked 50 of them.
I sure did.
Women over 40.
Yes, why women over 40 making good money are unable to find that man who will marry them? Why are there so many single women over 40?
But I think because
We're on the phone with a caller, people.
I think there's a lot of women who a lot of men today don't find attractive usually because of one of their living situation. They they got kids. You know what I'm saying? I think women suffer today. The black woman don't exercise no more. She don't be looking that great when you look outside and who you see out there exercising every day. Everybody but us. And men is real visual nowadays. So, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Hey, we kind of said a lot of the same things right there, brother.
Okay,
Yeah.
but some of the women over 40.
I got you in one of the mics if you could hear.
Okay, but some of the women over 40 do not have to worry about children in the house. Their children are grown. Or overgrown. So it can't just be the children. I understand if you got 5 children still at home. That's yeah.
That just
All right,
one.
so I'm gonna be frank then. Okay.
Oh, he wasn't frank before then. Okay.
The black women ain't physically maintaining themselves anymore. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women go to the store with bonnets on and shit like that. That just ain't hitting on everything.
Well, you did say that you want just the presentation.
No, there was a time when the black woman was unmatched physically in the world. But I think since the black woman has held that title physically for so long, I think the black woman stopped caring about their physical upkeep, right? The physical aspects of the physical body, not how they dress, not how their hair is. I'm talking about how the black woman is out of shape now. The black man is at fault, though. The black man kind of convinced the black woman that he liked a big butt, right? But having a big butt, the black woman said, okay, I'm going to get a big butt. But the big woman got big with the butt. You know what I mean? And the black woman don't get out and exercise no more, man. The black woman ain't, like, physically, I don't think the black woman is top dog right now. That's not saying we far behind. We got natural gifts. But I'm saying as far as how we take care of ourselves, I don't think the black woman is really maintaining her number one spot in the attractive category.
That is true, but there's a lot of reasons for that.
Sure, but what he was saying is true, is that a lot of black women is not taking care of themselves like they should. When you get into a marriage, you just don't stop taking care of you. That's when the work really starts. That's when the work really starts. You know what I'm saying? So what he's saying is true, and we can look at it in a lot of different ways because they're not taking care of themselves, because of their attitudes, and this reason and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what a black woman would need to do is look inside herself and find out what it is. If she know that she might be a little bit overweight and she's looking for somebody and she's trying to attract somebody, maybe she need to get out and run a little bit. Because you always see,
she got to keep running.
You always see Sue out there on the track. Yeah. Sue always in the gym.
Or, you know, there's men who's attracted to bigger women.
That's true.
You just need to be around them. You know what I'm saying? Because he made a point. I lost it, man. Hey, G, you made a point, and then
I get what he's saying, but women have children, right?
You have surgery. Let me grab this real quick. I don't want to hear the kid stuff. Not at all. Wait, before you say that, because my mom is still talking about she had kids. She almost 80, right? You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm making is that I remember my wife asked me, "G, you there?" Yeah. I think me and you talked about this. My wife asked me, "Well, would you stay with me if I put on 30, 40, 50 pounds?" I said, "Sure, I wouldn't." You know what I'm saying? So if I got fat, you would leave me? Sure, I would. Because if I wanted a fat woman, I would have met one. Like when I met you, I picked you the way that you are. You see what I'm saying? I got a lot of buddies who's into bigger women. That's all they want. You know, so everybody has their choice. You know what I'm saying? It's not that just because a woman is larger, she's not attractive. There's plenty of black women that are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, but I'm just saying, but it's like the flavor. It's what flavor you choose as an individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is a wide range of conversation though. You know what it's just a wide range of conversation.
Yeah. And we need to start winding it down. Because here about an hour 45 minutes or so.
I've seen podcasts on this topic. Yeah. On this topic, 2 and 3 hours long. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
but this was a good one though.
Yeah. Okay. So
there's no. I don't think we have a definitive answer.
I'm not going to relieve the black man of his part in this. Right.
Say it.
The black man is guilty for the condition of the black woman, and I think the black woman is guilty for the condition of the black man.
Right.
I think it goes hand in foot, right? And I think our sisters go out when they ready to start dating somebody or get serious with somebody. I think the sisters look for a particular type of guy in the wrong place, and they wind up with the wrong guy. Right.
Exactly right.
Sometimes the beautiful thing is when a woman just finds a good man and she gives him his cool if he's not already, right? And he gives her balance that she needs, right? It's supposed to be a give and take.
That's
and I notice in today's society that the black man is a more of a gimme thing now, when it used to be the role was reversed. You know what I'm saying? Where the sisters used to be like, "Oh, can I get?" You know what I'm saying? Now the brothers, you know what I'm saying? They be out here with their hand out too.
At home won't work.
Yeah, it won't work.
Driving your car.
Driving your car while you putting gas in it.
I know so many women at work where that's the situation. The husband drop them off at work. I do.
And then they just go out for the day. They ain't even got no job.
Yeah. I mean, I do hear what he's saying, and there is some truth to that. I guess I'm thinking too that what happens for the woman's focus changes as she gets older. Yes, women, we do probably need to step it up a little bit as far as our presentation. But at some point, you're not as concerned about the presentation if you know the product is good. You feel like if you know the product is good, the man should want the product, not the presentation. Because a lot of the time when the man is just focused on the presentation, that's what he gets, the presentation. He's not getting the product. So when you think your
but that's a man
good,
who just picks.
It ain't about the
that's just a shallow man who picks on the surface, right?
Right.
And he ain't gonna be in the picture long. Because when you got a 10 and you only a 6 or a 7, there's always another dude sniffing around your hut. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy maintaining a 10. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even the type of man that even is attracted to 10s. You know what I'm saying? I like a cool 7. You know what I'm saying? A cool 7, you don't gotta worry. You know what I'm saying? About the wolves always attacking. You know what I'm saying? Or but if you choose the right woman, she could be around the wolves and she ain't gonna budge
That's
either.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Everybody want
And
that diamond, brother.
that's where putting the time in finding the proper mate. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the way we would research for a paper we're doing, why won't we research and find out what type of woman or man this is, and you know what I'm saying, and find
That
out.
sound like me.
That
Okay,
is
but
the
that's
truth.
beyond the physical. He described physical first. To get beyond the physical, to do the research, that's beyond just what she looks like. I mean, the woman
Yeah, I
can be
mean, I
intelligent
was
and her
just moving
presentation is
past that
off.
one point. I was
See
adding
me,
on. So
I wasn't
this
just
was
talking
just
about
another
physical.
aspect.
That came in as the duration of the conversation went on. I was answering things as we was talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Then I got
said
to the point of telling you
attitude
about
But we
and
had
physical.
already said
But I'm
that people need to do
tell
their
you one
research.
thing where a lot of sisters go wrong, especially the younger sisters. When they had a horrible relationship
Yeah, you said
at
that.
first, they talk too much to the new relationship. They tell too much of the old business, and then they show that especially if the dude had some leverage on the chick. You know what I mean? And now. The new guy is saying, damn, I see a chink in her armor right here. And
Right.
men are conquerors. So if we see the opportunity, most men, not all of us, but most men are conquerors, right? And once I see, not me particularly, I'm saying if I were the person I'm talking about, I see a chink in your armor, I would strategize on how to utilize it too. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of moving parts to that question, but I
Why would
definitely think.
why would you strategize on the kink of the armor? What are you trying to
Because
get
that's the
to?
weakness.
What are you
Right.
trying to
See,
get
that's the
to?
thing.
That's
Look,
the
see,
weakness.
that's the not long term situation right there anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
Because
it's
I'm trying to show you he
a
trying
man
to.
finds the opportunity to take advantage, we tend to take advantage. Not
That's not a
adult men.
good
See,
thing.
we all are above
It's not a
that
good thing for a
particular
woman to
age
give up all that
demographic now.
information
But if we
for
just
free.
are honest and rewind back, this was us as well. You know what I mean? If you seen an opportunity to get a little leverage, you might get a good night tonight. You know what I'm saying? We used to
You know
take it,
that's true.
man. Like, come
No,
on,
I don't.
I'm not saying
Women don't do
violate.
that.
I'm saying where you got two willing
Oh,
parties. You know what I'm
you're not
saying?
being honest though.
Just
I am being
think when
honest.
we was
Women
young,
do
yo,
it
you would
too.
convince a girl. You be saying everything
If
you
they see a
could
king,
that you know how to say to get
they
what
gonna
you wanted that night,
they
man.
gonna misuse the king.
Yeah.
No,
All
I
right,
don't even
G.
do that. I don't
We're
even do that.
gonna
I said
wind up
women.
here. I just wanted you to get a little
Tell him,
noise in
tell
here,
him we
man.
appreciate him though.
We appreciate you
Yeah.
though, bro. Next
Yes,
time
sir.
we'll bring you in Zoom.
Yeah,
All right, peace.
All right, man.
yeah,
I
we
mean, what he
appreciate.
said was, but I guess too, we didn't even qualify that with what he would do if it was a woman who made more money than him, and how
She got
it
kinks
would-
in her. If she got kinks in her armor, motherfucker's gonna take advantage of that
I
too.
don't think you should take advantage of anybody's
He
kinks.
didn't, but people do though.
I didn't say people don't. I said you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. But let's just be honest.
Well, I
and
am being
stuff.
honest. I
People
don't
do
think
that.
you shouldn't be with those people either.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all in the comments below.
Yes, y'all can comment all you want.
On
Yes.
Please comment
on what?
on the relationship part.
Now I'm talking about the kinks.
The kinks in the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
Man or women should take advantage of the kinks in the other individual armor.
No, because the
and
army
when
will
they
protect
do,
you.
why do they? And when they don't,
Right.
why shouldn't they?
Because if you,
You
want
know.
to take advantage of a kink in a person's armor, what you're saying is you want to make that person vulnerable.
He's saying that they would take advantage of the kink in the armor. The reason he's saying that is because if I see you and I want you, as a man, I want to get, and then you say, well, the last guy he did, blah, blah,
Blah, blah,
and I
blah.
just hate,
Right.
so I know that I got to talk to that ain't what I do though. Even though it's what I do. But see, if you didn't put that out there, you could only get from me what I got to give you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you what you're giving me. See, when you give me, I know how to route my story around what you're talking
that's
about.
playing games. I don't think a person should do
But,
that.
I don't think you should talk about your business from the last relationship.
You're right.
But-
Why
but
even
And then they
people
don't do that. And then they
people
don't do that.
shouldn't. But
people
the
do
truth
do
of
that,
the
though.
matter is that
Yeah.
people will
Yeah.
take advantage of the kink in your armor, like you
talking
said, if you
about
do.
These young women who are not
Older women too.
No,
They go
I
singing the
don't feel
blues
the
to
need
their
to
girl. Oh,
talk.
he dissing, and I tell you what, when he diss, I bet you the next time I won't.
No.
Or they go out, listen.
Some women do that. Some of us are way more mature. Some of us are more mature than the one to sit there and do that. I don't have to dog somebody else. I don't have to talk about the ex.
They
I don't
do.
even have to do any of
They do.
that. Some women
That's
do
just
I'm telling
reality,
you.
but not
man.
all women.
I run into people all the
Some
time,
do and some
and I
don't,
just
but
do
that's
my
just
job.
reality, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just do
maybe
my
some
job. When they
do.
talking and,
That has to do with
he
maturity.
this and he was just, and they 40, 50, 60 years old.
I feel like that's what little girls do.
Right,
A
but grown women do it too. Don't put it just on. They're very immature grown
She
women.
know they do, but she don't want to admit they do.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, well maybe I should say
Not all of
that
them do.
I try not to associate with women who do that. They're not in my friend group probably. I try not to associate with women
We
who do
just
that.
do.
I feel like you should be a person who I don't think you should. We do take baggage into other relationships, right?
That's
But
because we have not worked out
Yes,
the stuff.
you need to diverse yourself of all of that baggage.
Right, before
And
you
I
get
don't
into a
think
relationship.
You can't,
I wouldn't.
but
I
go
Yes, you
wouldn't.
can.
But I wouldn't
Anyway.
go on a date with a guy and start talking about my ex-husband. I'm not even. If you ask me, oh, so have you ever been married before? I say, yeah, I've been married, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go into. Let me tell you about. Why would I do that? It's unnecessary, and I'm not trying to compare you to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to, give you it. I don't believe in. The only time I've even brought up my marriage or anybody is if I'm asked. If I'm not asked, I'm not bringing it up.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we
you're not
we're
gonna.
talking about statistically though, not. And I know all of this is personal, mine, yours, or his.
Yeah.
But
Mine's ain't
statistically,
personal, mine's in general.
people. I'm
Yeah, some
saying,
women
but
do
I'm
that,
saying
maybe.
statistically, people always well, my last husband, especially when they get angry. You get in a relationship and you in it long enough. When they get mad, this, and they don't know. Each time you do that, you turning off the lights in the relationship you with. You keep dimming the light until it's so dim. The
You can't
person,
see.
the person
you
gone.
can't see.
They don't want to hear no more. They don't want to do.
Here's
no more.
my thing before we close and stuff, right? For me, I got a couple questions that I ask. Let me know exactly where the relationship is going. Mm-hmm. All right. The first question is: have you ever cheated in a relationship? If the answer is yes, I don't want to be bothered. Right?
That's a good question.
I don't want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is no, here's the second question. Okay, so you never cheated in a relationship. Have you ever been cheated in a relationship? The answer is yes or no.
Most people can say they've been cheated on.
Okay, and that's true, right? So if you say yes, now where do we go from here?
To the third question?
Always the third question.
Angie said to the third question.
Always the third question. The third question is: can you be in a monogamous relationship?
That's a simple question, right?
People would say yes, but the truth is, if you've been cheated on in a relationship, or if you have cheated on a person in a relationship, you can't be in a monogamous relationship.
Why?
How can you?
I mean,
You don't believe once a cheater, always a cheater?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I
But
believe people can
the
be
only
a
way,
cheater.
only way that is true if you've been cheated on in a relationship. Because why? Because you know what it feels like to hurt another person, and you don't want to do
Oh,
that.
you're saying only person who would feel that way is the person who's been the cheater in the relationship.
So in other words,
who have been cheated on.
So in other words,
The
right?
person who's been cheated on would feel like a person once a cheater isn't always a cheater.
If you've been cheated on in a relationship, you probably wouldn't cheat in a relationship because you know what you felt like when you got cheated on.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
True or false?
That's true.
Okay.
So you're not going to do something to somebody else that you've had done to you.
Right.
So
you shouldn't want to anyway. Right. You shouldn't want to.
Right.
You really should. But if you cheated on it, if you was the cheater, you'd cheat again. You would cheat again.
So have you ever cheated in a relationship?
No.
Ever in your life?
Not in a.
Ever in your life have you cheated in a relationship? Because that means you would cheat again.
No.
He's taking back some of his words.
Why?
He had to think about it.
I'm finna.
Because he said what you qualify as a relationship.
Hold on, let him.
No.
First, you got to go, and then say what you're saying.
Did.
But go ahead.
You said,
Because you just said that.
You said, have I ever cheated on in a relationship?
It doesn't, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
The bottom
that was
line is
straight
the
up.
bottom line.
Yes.
Okay.
So
you'll
you would
always
cheat.
be a
So
cheater.
you always be
No.
a cheater.
I would always have the opportunity to cheat.
That ain't what he just said
No,
to you,
that
though, right?
That isn't what he said.
Unless
he
I-
switched it.
unless
When
I
he,
was-
he switched
Yeah,
it
when he came back to him.
Because
That's the old switch
because
of
I
date
did the
type of
work.
thing.
He don't want to be
Because I did
considered
the
a
work.
cheater.
Because I did the work.
Okay, then so once a cheater,
I done the
he's
work.
always a cheater.
I done the work.
But that means-
how do I know you
Okay,
have?
wait a minute. How do you know you did the work if you met her?
Because I done the work. Because
But how
I
do you
know I
know?
done the work.
How do you know
Now
you won't
she
cheat on her?
she don't know I have not done
right,
the work.
but how do you know you won't cheat? What? Whenever you
Because my morals would not allow me to cheat on her.
Why? So you didn't have those morals before.
No.
So
No.
you've developed morals.
Right.
Okay, so then that means a cheater isn't always a cheater. So if you've been a cheater, you wouldn't think that you was a
But
cheater.
I always have the opportunity to cheat.
Everybody always has an opportunity to
Right?
cheat.
But do I take that opportunity? Because
don't-
of
I
my
don't know.
morals. Because of my morals.
I don't know. It's just like me saying, you know,
Because of
like
my morals, I
it's-
won't.
It's just like me saying I got clean from drugs and I've been clean for years. I have the opportunity to use.
Yeah,
But
you
will I
always have the
use?
opportunity, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that kind of switched up a little bit what you said.
No. It's the way you listening to it.
Oh, now it's the way you listen to
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's what you hear.
I know, but we heard the same thing.
On
Like,
on
okay.
that note, I think we should
I'm
end this,
not
but
a cheater.
I almost can't.
I have
because-
never cheated on anybody.
That's a
so
good thing. And that's a good thing.
I can say it. I ain't
And that's a
never
good
cheated.
thing. Yeah. A lot of people cannot say
Why you
that.
looking at me when you said that?
I wasn't.
She said, I never cheated on anybody.
I would've said it.
Well, you haven't given your answer yet, Mr. Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even have to
But,
give your answer. I'm just saying.
No, don't even give your answer, Greg. Just we're gonna move on.
Let's just move on. That'll be another podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast. Yeah. I got to give me something to eat now, though.
You know.
Yeah, my son probably like,
I-
come on. Yeah.
Y'all gonna throw me in the dumpster
Yeah,
like that.
we
but
won't. Yeah, this could
But
go
I'm not
on
a cheater.
forever. Right.
I'm
That's a
like,
good
cool.
thing.
I understand what I've been through.
Right.
And I know how it feels. And when I did it based on choice in a relationship with the person who wouldn't stop cheating. I went to you behind that person, you know, and you told me that I ain't had to cheat just cause she did. Now he
Right,
gave me the
right.
he gave me the blueprint.
Yeah.
But after a period of time, man, I'm like, shoot. I'm not just gonna be the only one getting cheated, and I was in that marriage a long time, man.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
call it revenge.
And then
call it revenge.
I came out and didn't like it.
Yeah.
Did it and didn't like it.
Yeah.
And did it again and didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
That's
does
a-
that
that's a
mean
way.
that I'm one now?
No.
Nah.
No.
I don't know what work. I just know morally.
More. That's what works.
I just can't live with that.
That is what's work.
You know, you look
That's
at the
what
person like this. You come in, hey, and you kissing them, and you looking. I know people can do that,
works. Yeah.
but man, my head won't leave my head alone in a case like that. You know, hey
that's
man,
good.
look, man, this has been a good podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, I'm gonna definitely have Angie to swing back through. We got to do this thing again on a different topic. Maybe she'll bring a friend of hers or something.
Yes.
It won't feel like the woman in the middle. You know,
Like we
but
ganged up.
Yeah, even though
hey,
I can still.
I don't think it was ganged up because I think I stayed open. I think I was open, neutral with. Nah, I don't press all the way here. I don't press all the way there. I just think it was a good conversation,
Yeah, it's been
and
interesting.
anybody
Yeah, it's been
can get something out of this, and from one end or another end of it, man.
Yeah.
I just think that it was a lot of information put down here, man.
Watch it from
You know?
beginning to end.
Yeah, and, and please
Watch
comment.
it.
Please
Yeah.
comment. We want to know what you think about whatever you think about on this thing, man, or what you think we should address in the future. You know, because Angie right around the corner per se. We could have her back, man, and we'll address whatever issues y'all want us to talk about, man. We'll sit here and talk about them, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And next time we'll have you to call in and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
We'll
interesting.
do it the right way. We won't do it this way.
No.
We'll do it through the board this time,
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
can call in.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you
Or
know.
we just have them on Zoom and everybody, let's just do this here. We'll do it on
Oh
Zoom.
yeah, they could just dial in the Zoom.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
What y'all want us to do live, man? Whatever y'all want us to do live,
Well, don't say
we'll do it on
whatever.
Zoom.
They might get a little inappropriate.
I don't care
here.
whatever. Sex,
If they want to get
dildos,
inappropriate,
this,
we're gonna go there
that,
too.
Whatever
Yeah, we'll
y'all
go there.
want to talk
Yeah,
about,
it's all right.
you know, we'll
It'll
talk
be all
about
right.
it. Satan, God, whichever end of the spectrum you want to go.
Oh, so then you want to be
we're-
talking about little nasty?
we're-
You talking to? No, let's not even go.
That man had the freedom. He did what was right. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with what he did.
Okay.
See nothing wrong with what he did.
Well,
I have no idea what they're talking about right now.
They talking about Lil Nas. Lil Nas was giving Satan a lap dance. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not into all that.
Yeah,
but
I ain't
don't
into
see
that.
nothing.
But we had a good time though. We had a good time.
Everybody get
And
to
we wanna
choose
do
their
it
own
again.
poison, or whether it's poison or not. Everybody get to choose which way their life
it's
goes.
better to avoid the poison.
But with that, we
Thank
gonna
you.
holler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't see two hands. We gonna say holler, man.
Yes.
You out, Angie?
I am out.
Later.
All right.
All right.